Hello, traders. You're welcome. Today we'll be focusing on fundamental analysis. And at the end of this session, you understand what is fundamental analysis and how it affects the market and also the the right fundamental news to focus on. Yes. Now, what's fundamental analysis? In simple terms, this is the art of looking into economic conditions that affect the value of currency or the asset you trade. Traders who use fundamental analysis focus more on events and data that affect currency or instruments, also known as assets. So whenever you hear the word instrument or you hear asset, they are talking about a given traded currency. Understand? Events like political events and political events like election and policy. So you understand, during election, there are some policy that will be made and it will affect the economy of a given country and also its currency. So they focus on such events and social and economic events, income rates, social and economic events such like the income rate, unemployment rate or claim, employment rate, social support, sales of goods, and so on. Fundamental analysis also focus on the comment of influential people. Yes, influential people like Donald Trump's, Elon Musk, and Putin. So any influential people you know or they know that whenever they make any comment or they tweet, it will affect a given economy and its currency. So they focus on what they comment because such people their comments are powerful and it affects economy. So whenever they make some negative comment, you will see their reaction on the chart, and whenever they make any positive comment, you also see it on the chart. When trading any pair, you should consider knowing what is happening in the country economy. You understand? When trading any pair, either Euro, USD, try to know what is happening within the body of the country, the Euro body, and also if you are trading Euro USD, also know what is happening within the the USD region. You understand? So so that if it is positive for the euro, then you should know you should be what buying the euro. And if it is negative for the euro, you should be what selling the euro. If it is positive for the USD, you should be what buying USD. And if it is negative, you should be what selling USD. And you can see here it says within the instrument community, there are some instruments that are not currency based. You understand? So now these are stocks instrument such as Nasdaq. Whenever you hear the word Nasdaq, know they are talking about Nas 100. Nas 100 are US stocks company, 100 US stocks company put together to form a given instrument. And you see the S&P 500 is also 500 company from the US put together to form a given instrument. And you see FTSE, this FTSE 100, this is 100 company in London put together to form a given instrument. And you see DAX, this is 40 company from Germany put together to form a given instrument. So it is just named DAX. And you see Nikkei, which is Nikkei, Nikkei 225, yes, Nikkei 225. These are 225 stocks company put together to form a given instrument from Japan, which is the Tokyo. Yeah, and they are called index. They are not called currency pair. No, they are called index. You understand? So these are index instruments likes of NAS 100 to easily track the performance of those 100 company in NAS 100. Yeah, that's why they're called index. Some traders only focus on using fundamental analysis, and these traders get their data of the country economy, and this set of traders get the data before news release. Some traders only focus on using fundamental analysis. Yes, that's what some traders does. And the this set of traders that focus on only fundamental analysis, they get their news on time before the news release, because they are paid version to this news. If you paid for it, you will get it maybe 5 minutes before the news release, or 4 minutes before the news release, or even 30 minutes before the news release. That's how it works for those who trade only fundamental analysis alone, and they have to spend money to get that news as well. So these are datas, they are dates put in place to release all these economic events. They are dates put in place, like we say on the first Friday of each month, or the last Friday, or today around 1 p.m. or 9 a.m. There are dates put in place to release each of all these events, and the only one they don't pay for or they don't subscribe to is the comment from those influential people. You understand? The comment from those influential people. Those influential people can just wake up one morning and just make a specific comment, and it will affect the currency. So you see, they can't pay for that, because the person won't tell you what he wants to say tomorrow or what he's about to say. So if you just open his mouth, makes any comment, and if it affects the currency positively, then you should be buying that currency. And if it affects it negatively, you should be selling that currency. And another thing is, whenever there is war, whenever or wherever any economy that has war, the currency is affected negatively. And that's when you see gold. A lot of people will be putting their money in gold, buying gold. That's when you will see gold pushing to the upside. Gold will be buying, gold will be buying, gold will be buying, because those people, they are like, oh, they are scared of the war, they don't know what will happen then, so they just have to put their money in safe haven, which is good. Just put their money there in safe haven to protect their money. That's it. And the platform here you can get this economic data. I have three listed there, and you can just pick any of them and use any of them. Just use two, because I use two from here. The platform here you can get this data. You have number one, the forexfactory.com. That's the one I use. Then you have myforexbook.com. Then you have investing.com. You have investing.com. I sometimes move into this myforexbook.com and investing.com just to see what's going on there, because most of the time my forex factory don't have all the data, like they don't have all, but sometimes you see my FS book, I said my forex factory, no, forexfactory.com don't have all the data most of the time, and that's when I now have to visit my Facebook to see if there is any news, or investing.com to see if there's any news there, impact news there that First Factory is not showing me. Then that's it. And again, this for those. So you need to have X, which is Twitter. You need to have X and follow this finance juice, follow them, because they also, this where you get those comments from those influential people. They always post them. This is where you get them. This is where you get those comments from those influential people. So follow them, because you can't follow all the influential people. You can't follow them. You can't. So just follow these persons. They do upload them time to time, and some of the time you can have access from us as well to other media, other page that do post those comments from influential people. Do well to follow them, so that you'll be aware. You don't, so that you won't be caught unaware. Yes, so that you won't be caught unaware. You understand? The fundamental strength are measured in this way. The fundamental strength are measured in three ways. We have the low impact, medium impact, and the high impact. You understand? For me, I focus on the high impact one because I'm a technical trader. You understand? I so much believe in what my technical is telling me. I so much believe in it, and I add the high because the high impact news can come and change everything. So I focus on the high impact news alone. So whenever most of the time I don't trade news, but some of the time if I have much confidence, if my confidence on this trade is high, I'll be like, okay, I let the news do whatever I want to do. You understand? So I just let the market do whatever it wants to do, then we move on. But some of the time, once it's 5 minutes to the news, I hop out from the trade and look for entries again 5 minutes after the news or 15 minutes after the news. And most of the high impact news you should focus on. These are the ones I also put more attention on. PPI, you see them, will get to Forex Factory, PPI, CPI news, NFP news, FOMC news, and ETC. You will see most of the high impact news there, but these are the ones I focus on: PPI, CPI, NFP, and FOMC. Fundamental traders are not concerned about the chart. Those that focus on fundamental alone, they don't consider about the chart what your technical is saying. They just want to see if this news release is negative or positive, and they shoot their shot. You understand? They only focus on the news, how it affect them, and how they can benefit from it. They only focus on the news release and those comments. Only focus on them. So and they take advantage of it for their favor, and if it goes against them, they are okay. If it goes in their favor, they are also okay. Okay, now this take us to, now let's go to firstfactory.com. Let me show you how you can use the news for your favor. Yes, this is forexfactory.com. All you just have to do, go to any of your browser and type forexfactory.com. This is the one I make use of. I told you earlier. And or you can download their app from your Play Store or your Apple Store. That's it. And after you've opened it, well, the first thing you do is to sign up. You can see I've already signed up. There's a place here on the right hand side. You see where to sign up and sign in. When you are done with all that, the next thing you should do is to set the time to your local time. Set it to your local time. You can see for me, from Nigeria, you can see how I set it: GMT +1 West Africa, and AM and PM. And just when you are done, click on what? Save setting. Save setting. That's it. Yes. When you are done, come to this part, your right hand side, you can see this place here, this filter. Just tap on it. When you click on it, you can see the red signify what? You can see I impact news, then this one signify medium impact, and this one signify low impact. Then forget about this one, it says non-economic, so forget about that one. Then if you want to focus on the high impact, medium, and low impact, all you have to do is to tick this. Just tick, tick, tick. But for me, I only focus on the high impact news. That's why you see this, the red one, tick. Then you can see invest like growth, inflation, employment, central bank, and so on. So anyone you want to focus on, just tick on them. For me, I want to focus on all of them. In as much they give an high impact news for that day, they give high impact news for that day, I still want to focus on them. And when you are done, you can see the currency: AUD, card, share, CNY, EUR, GBP, JPY, NZ, USD. So just click on any one. These are the currency they focus on. That's why they only put this currency here. So just click on any one we should trade. For me, I just want to see news from all of them except this CNY. You understand? So then Then when you are done, click what? Apply filter. Click apply filter. And then you are done. Then this is what you will see. Everything will be set, and make sure this place here chose today. So they will give you the news for that. They make sure choose today. You can see and set it, then click apply. Make sure it choose today. It choose today. Then if you want to see the news that are coming up tomorrow, just click on this one. You can see, click on it to take you to tomorrow on, then take it back, it take you to the current one, or if you want to see the one that happened yesterday, take it back, take it to the previous one. So let's focus on today, and this is it. Then if you scroll down, they also give you news from those inflation people from scroll down, you can see news latest story. They also send the news from those inflation people. You can see this one here, S&P Global Flash Japan. You understand? Then you can see the one from Trump. You can see so on Japan factory, yen and euro lifted or progress on trade. You can see Trump to visit Federal Reserve on Thursday, which is today. Okay, such things you can see. They also, you can just come here to read and see how it affect the currency which you trade. You can see how they release news for gold. You can see it here. They say forum latest reply. So you can join any of their forum here to get updates on the currency you trade. You can see gold for this for gold and latest reply and all that. So only Euro USD. You can see this one is for only those that trade the Euro and the USD to get update from it. And yes, that's it. What next? Okay, how to use the news for your favor. How to use the news for your favor. And for me, like I told you, I don't trade the news all the time. Yes, I don't. If I don't want to trade the news for that day, what I do, if I am in a running trade, what I do is to stay away from the market 5 minutes before the news release. And as you can see here, or probably 15 minutes before the news or 20 minutes before the news release, you can see here, you can see it says 1 p.m. The Euro news will be released. Okay, let's use USD. 1:30 p.m. the USD news will be released, which is unemployment claim news will be released. 1:30 p.m. If I don't want to trade this news, I will make sure I am out of trade if I have a running trade by 1 o'clock or 1:20 or 1:10 p.m. You understand? Then if I still want to trade for that day, I will wait for 15 minutes after the news, then I look for another entry. You understand? Yes, you do. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, how do you know that the news will go in your favor or it, it's one? How do you know that the news will be positive or negative? This is it. You can see the data here. These are the data. You can see what's written here. It says, you can see from here the date of this news. You can see July Thursday 24, and the time for the news, the time which the news will be released based on the time you set. Remember, don't forget to set your local time based on the time which you set your time here on this top and right hand side. Don't forget to set the time to your local time. Say the time, the currencies, the impact. For me, I focus on high impact. That's why you can only see all the high impact news here and details. You can see the details here. We'll click on the details. That's where you get the details of the news. And you can see actual focus are some people what they guessed. They've collected their own data like, okay, we think what they think, we think this is what would be the outcome of the news. So you can see those are the focus. You can see the focus, previous, and graph. I don't make use of this graph, but I make use of the previous, the focus, and the actual. Okay, this is how it works now. Now let's click on the detail. Okay, regarding the currency you want to look for that, they just come click on it. Okay, let's say USD around 1:30 p.m. So click on it. You can see it's yet to be released. That's why you can't see any data for actual. But you can see data for Euro USD on the actual because they are already released. And this one USD and this Euro is yet to be released because they said around 1:15 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. So let's click on the details. The details will tell you more about the high impact news. You can see what it says below. You've clicked the details, and if you want to leave there, just click on close. This is not how it is. Like you don't have to just click on this on phone, but if you understand how to use phone, you'll be able to get the same thing using your phone as well. You only just to come on the news on your phone. Just come tap on the news like this unemployment claim. Tap on it for long. It's another thing will pop up where you have to see this data as well. Then click on it, then to show you the details. There's a way to exit below that details on your phone, yes. But if you are using your laptop, this is what you see, or just have to do. Click on this detail and you see this. You can see unemployment claim, the source, measure, usual effect. Focus on the usual effect. You understand? Frequency, release, like when it's been released. They say release weekly, usually on the first Thursday after the week ends. You understand? So you can see, so you'll be aware, okay, next Thursday, you understand? I'll have this news again. Next release, you can see next release July 31st, FF notes, why traders care. Just get which read to get the thought from it, also called jobless claim. Jobless claim, which is unemployment claim, yes. Jobless claim now, you understand? Initial claims. And I focus on just after you've gone through all this, then you can see this, it say usual effect. Usual effect. You can focus on this once you are done reading everything. You can see it says on the usual effect, it says actual lesser than forecast is good for the currency, which is when the actual data is lesser than what it is forecast. It said it is what good for the currency, which means it is positive for that currency. But if the actual is higher than what it is forecast, that means what it is what negative what for the currency. Yes, we'll get there. You can see history. These are the previous ones that have been released. You can see the actual, forecast, and the previous. So that's it. Now you already have an insight of what to look out for. He said actual lesson that forecast is good for currency. Now cancel and come and see here. Now the actual is yet to be released because you don't pay for it, so you won't get the data on time. Now what you have to do is to use the focus and the previous. You understand? So this is what happened. The previous is what happened before. The previous data that was released. This is it. Now this focus is what these gurus, what they think, what they thought that okay, this is what we should be having. So now use this to compare this in order to give you what the market might do around 130, or how it will affect the currency. Now it says focus. If focus, it says, let's click on it again. It said actual less than that focus is good, which is positive for currency. Now you don't have the actual yet. Now look, focus is focus. Compare the two, focus and previous. Which one is higher? You can see clearly here that this focus is a bit higher than this previous. So that's to tell you that okay, it will be negative for the currency because it says if actual is lesser than focus, it is what good for the currency. Now the focus is lesser than the previous. Let's use the word. If actual is lesser than the previous, if the actual is lesser than the previous, this actual now, if the news is being released, if it's lesser than the previous, which means it is good for the currency. Yes. And now see what the forecast, they said 227K and the previous is 221K. Which one is higher? The focus is higher. That is to give you an insight that okay, it will be negative for dollar within that time around 1:30 p.m. So this will now give you insight to watch out for within that 30 p.m. You have to align it to your technical analysis. Okay, I think around 1:30 p.m. the news will be negative or will be positive for US dollar. Okay, I think this is how I should trade, this is how I should trade, this is how I should watch out for, this is what I should watch out for. Yes, and let's look at another one. This flash unemployment, flash manufacturing PMI. Let's write it, click on it. It said actual greater than forecast is good for currency. You see, he said if what is released now is greater than the forecast or the previous, he said it's good for currency. Now look, what is released? They told us it hasn't been released yet, but so we have to use the forecast and the previous. You see, he said forecast 52.7. That's what they forecast. Now the previous is 52.9. Which one is higher? The previous is still higher than what is forecast. So all you just have to do, use the forecast to compare it, then align it to your technical analysis to give you an insight of what might happen. Now you can see the previous is higher. That's a sign that what it will be negative for US dollar. So that's a sign that it will be negative for US dollar. So all you're just align it to your technical analysis, and then it will give you an heads up to what will happen in the future. The same thing goes for other currency. You can see this. Okay, let's make use of this one that been released, this French flash manufacturing PMI for EUR. You can see the actual. Let's click on the details to see. It said actual greater than forecast is good for currency, which means if this actual is greater than the previous, it will be positive for the currency. And you see the forecast said 48.5, and the previous is 48.1. So that's to tell you that this focus now is higher than the previous. That's to tell you that it will be positive for you within that time. Within that time, maybe the first 15 minutes or the first 5 minutes or the first 30 minutes after the news release. You understand? So it will be positive for you. Now, this is the focus. You can see that the focus is a bit accurate. You can see the focus is a bit accurate. They said focus said 48.5, but the actual release is 48.4. So it's a bit accurate. You can see. So now those that use this focus to they use it together with the technical analysis, they've got it right. You can see. So now it will be positive for you within that time. It will be positive for you within that time. You can see the same thing here with this. Okay, they are released the same time. This is 49.7. You can see here the focus are accurate. 49.7. You can see 49.7 is higher than the previous, so it will be positive for the euro within that time. And that's that for fundamental analysis. I believe you understand. You understand now. So whenever you want to trade as a trader, if you wake up anytime, just the first thing you do is to watch out if there's any news coming up for that day. As a technical trader, just see if there's any news coming up. If there is one, so that will give you an heads up to okay, when to stay away for the market or what to watch out for. You understand? Then when you're done with your fundamental, then come back to the chart trading view to do your analysis, and that's it. I trust you learned something from this, and subscribe and like, and see you on the next one.